Welcome to Siege365, where we talk about the past, present, and future of Rainbow Six Siege. This regular podcast aims to cover Siege all year long on a regular basis to create excitement, express gratitude, and share nostalgia. We document the changes made from a player perspective while reporting on development and events made by fans for fans. Today is August 11th, 2025. This is episode 16, and we are currently on Year 10, Season 2. Operation Daybreak, the release of Siege X. Last episode we talked about Operation Prep Phase, which is, I called it Operation Health 2.0. And we talked about the release of Raora, her DOM panels, her gadget, the Reaper machine pistol, and celebration packs. I'm going to go over the pick and bans for the season. I don't think we might have covered this last episode, but I'll go over it again if not. But they did announce the designer notes for the current season, and they announced the pick and bans for Operation Prep Phase leading into Siege X. So I just want to start there first. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, if you look here, you'll see, and for our audio listeners, the top attack picks are going to be Ashe, Ace, Dokkaebi, and Buck. That's on PC. And on defense, it's going to be Doc, Legion, Mute, and Valkyrie. The top bans are, on attack, Blackbeard, Dokkaebi, and Blitz. And on defense, Fenrir, Mira, and Clash. Now that's on PC and Platinum and above. So one of the things that I noticed here is that the third most banned operator is Clash. And for the Operation Daybreak season that dropped, we had a Clash rework. So I would think that they would tweak her to where she would be banned less, but I actually feel like she was banned more. They also just reworked the ban system altogether too, though. But the first two seasons you couldn't ban her. Now I feel like she's banned fairly regularly, at least once a game, one of the 3 slots. So it's kind of interesting how they came out with an operator in a rework that's banned all the time. That people, they played when they're on defense to be like to have a sense of overpowering. You know, people pick it when they're kind of down in the dumps and they're trying to, if they're down in the dumps and they're trying to make a comeback and slow people down. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons people pick Clash, but I feel like she's banned a lot just because she's still frustrating. So I feel like the Clash reworks that they did this season, I feel like it's good because you can destroy her shield, but I feel like a good Clash player is going to be very oppressive. They also introduced Siege X, which is, I personally love this. I think Siege X was done really well, aside from the current problem with security and cheaters. The content itself is done very well. So the game has gone free to play. So you can bring all your friends and family into Siege. They don't have to buy the game. They can play anytime. But they had a paid version of the game for Ranked and Siege Cup. And I think that's fantastic. But the problem is that people who are cheating, they rank up their account to level 50 and then they pay for it. I don't know, but it's kind of weird. I feel like there's an influx of cheaters because it's gone free to play, but free to play is like the cheaters are in every single playlist. So that's something that's interesting that they are working on right now. I know they're working on it. I don't want to harp on it. But I just want to kind of stay positive here and talk about the new content that they've come out with first. They came out with Dual Front, which is a new 6v6 game mode. And when I introduced my friend Hank into it, he said he loved it. He thought that it was ideal for people who don't play Siege, because there's a mini map and you can kind of guess of where people are going to push from based off of the color. So if it's like red or blue, you're like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I need to defend. This is where people are going to push from, probably. And the mini map helps them navigate the world overall much easier than the traditional 5v5 game mode. They came out with a new map called District. It's a symmetrical map, which is interesting. So for people who like symmetrical, Siege has always been an asymmetrical shooter. But for people who like to have like power ups, I can see this being a thing where you have, they call them boomer shooters, like Quake. I don't know what arena shooters. They or Halo, right? Where you have an arena style, and you have pickups and you have armor, power weapons, all of that. I can see them doing something with that with this map with District. So it definitely allows more room for the game to grow over time. They modernized the maps so they look better, which is a great system to get people into the game who haven't been playing, because a lot of times, like, I talked to my friend Casey and she said that she doesn't think the game looks very good. The graphics look bad, and she likes to play Hunt Showdown. So this is a modernizing the maps is something that's essential for the game to grow in the future. Then destructible ingredients are very cool. They have fire extinguishers, they have metal detectors, they have gas pipes. I've found those to be phenomenal. You can use them as, if you know someone's going to push, you pop a pipe, you don't blow it up, you just let it sit there and sizzle for a while, and it stops people from pushing through or being more hesitant to push through. And then if you need to like reinforce a wall across a hallway, and you know that someone's holding an angle, you can pop a fire extinguisher and then rotate pretty easily. So, metal detectors, I haven't really found that big of a deal. Like, it doesn't make that big of a difference in gameplay, but the other two are fantastic. Same thing for the advanced repel. So the advanced repel, especially, there's a lot of maps where before it's not viable to play. I think like cafe piano window. On one side, there's the white stairs that look at the window. So nobody traditionally would rappel on the window unless you have somebody holding. It requires two people essentially, somebody holding the flank on white stairs and somebody on the piano window shooting. But with the new rappel system, you can get on the window, you can shoot, you can make a fuss, and then you can rope around to the other side of the map, and I think that's really good. I like the new rappel system. It took a little bit getting used to, but you figure it out, and it's great. The new pick and ban system I like as well. This has more variety in the game now, so you'll notice that different people will, based off of how people are playing, will either target ban, or they will ban the shields, or they will ban hard breach, things like that. Those are the three types of bans that I've noticed that people will do. Personally, I like to ban, because I'm a big bandit tricker, tub tricker, cade trick. I like to ban Kali, and I like to ban Maverick. But that's not that common. New communication wheel. This is something that I suggested. I think I mentioned it in a previous podcast, but communication wheel, what it does is if you don't have if you're nonverbal, if you don't have a microphone, or you're just shy, you can just use the communication wheel to tell people to breach stuff, or if you just need to clarify things, you can press the ping button, press and hold, and then you use your mouse to select a generic phrase, and it'll say like, hey, breach this or reinforce that. It's very cool. Weapon inspect, everybody loves weapon inspect. They actually played a game with the developer who helped work on it, and I really like the new skins that they came out with that take advantage of weapon inspect, including the Rengoku skin and the Valkyrie skin. Those are very cool. Veteran rewards. So they came out with veteran rewards for old players, just to like badges, just to show off your OGness. They so you can show off how old of a player you are, and everybody will call you Unk. Um, but it's fun. I do one thing that wish they would have done was made a universal skin, black ice skin. What did they call it? It was called Coveted Ice 2016. I wish that was not on the G36. Same thing for the Rengoku skin. I wish that wasn't on the G36 either. I wish they made the Rengoku skin for the R4C, and I wish they made the Coveted Ice for either the R4C or Universal. Unranked return. Everybody loves unranked. Audio overhaul. That had a rocky start at the beginning, but it's actually turned out to be really, really good. It took a little bit of getting used to, and then they pushed a patch a couple times when the game first came out, or the season first came out. They still had the old audio where you had your TV mode. Now they got rid of TV mode. You can't select that at all. So it's much better now. So esports tab is great. So they introduced this season, and you can kind of follow along with the esports scene and watch. It'll pop up with a live option whenever they have live esports tournaments going on. You can click on it and you can tune in. Player onboarding, I don't know too much about that, to be honest with you, because I am a old player. But they do have this new game mode called Enlisted, which disappears once you hit level 18, and that just helps you learn the basic flow of the game. Same thing for field training. I think I do field training myself personally, and I do that for like warming up. I use that with the dummies, and I turn off where they shoot back, and I do headshot only, and that helps me warm up my left and right hand. It's pretty cool. And then they reworked the clearance level, so then it is linear now. So I'm like level 950, whereas before, and that's low actually for me. I should be a higher level, but I don't mind. But it made me satisfied, because when they came out with cross progression the first time, I was level 300 on PlayStation, and then I switched over to PC and I started back over at level 0. And then when they did cross progression, they made me I worked my way up to level 300 on PC. So I was level 300 on console and level 300 on PC. And when they did cross progression, they just took my PC level, and then I worked up to level 400. And I was a little upset because I was like, I should be 600. So then when they made it go from a exponential curve, the leveling curve is exponential, to a linear curve, my level shot up from like 400 to 900. So I felt a little bit better about that personally. It's not like it's a big deal, but now you get rewards as you level up as well, which is nice. For player comfort, they did first-person shadows. So now when you're running around the map, you can look down and see your shadow. They haven't always had that. The new outline system I actually like a lot, because I kind of have bad eyes and bad like processing. My brain's I'm just a dumb person personally. And so when I see a red line, what it does is it makes it easier to see the person, and it doesn't matter what type of skin they have. If they have a goofy skin, if they have something weird, I know that's an enemy and I can see them and I can shoot them. So I think that balances out the game a little bit. At first I didn't like it because I was like, man, this is giving people's locations away. But really, if you're gonna see somebody, you're gonna see them no matter what. And if they're behind cover, you won't see them. So just stay behind cover, you're good to go. I don't know. This is a little bit controversial, the new outline system, but I think it's a good thing. I personally like it. The momentum movement improvement, I personally have not really felt a big difference. The only thing that I've noticed is that when you vault over an object like a bridge, or not a bridge, but like over a ledge, and you can't ADS anymore, so it slows down the game overall. But this is saying that it's more fluid. So long drops will force you out of your aiming down weapon sights. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. I don't understand how that makes it more fluid. I feel like that makes you less fluid. Vault inputs are now buffered, meaning you can hold the vault button down and run into multiple objects without having to wait for a prompt to appear. Oh, okay. So I did notice that. I do like that. So you just hold the space bar That's what my vault is. And and you just wiggle your mouse around until you find a spot, and it's like it automatically hops you up wherever you want to go. You don't have to wiggle around and try to find a prompt. So that's cool. I guess I do like appreciate that a lot. Um, Tinnitus sound effects are good. So a lot of people have been running the Wave who are like higher elo. They say it gives you better audio quality, it fixes bugs and stuff. But I think the audio has been patched and fixed, so it doesn't really matter what you run. It just depends on your ear ringing if you're sensitive to loud sounds and ear ringing. So you could do mute. I personally do. You can do wave or you can do mute. I personally do mute. So then it's like it just sound goes away, sound comes back. Um, and then they refresh the user interface, which I like a lot. It's much more smooth. There's less bugs, and you can actually send invites now, which is kind of funny. that it's a 10-year-old game. You'd expect that to work, but the last couple seasons it's been a little bit bugged. So they fixed out the menu, which is nice. And then they also improved on the battle pass navigation, where it just kind of it's a hybrid between linear and non-linear. So you can still get the rewards that you want, but it might take you a little bit longer to get there. In the past, they've done just a linear battle pass to where you have to grind to get the last piece. And then they added non-linear, which was like a maze. And some people liked one, some people liked the other. I personally like the current setup because I feel like it's linear enough that you can use it's linear enough that there's like a progression where there's something important that you want to attain. You have to work towards it, but then there's like, I don't play the game a lot at work, stuff like that. There's the breach charges, which help you navigate linear paths. So I think they did a good job with the navigation this season. We're not going to talk about anti-cheat. The game's broken right now. Anti-cheat's a mess. There's 5 different types of cheat makers out there right now, and none of them are detected. So we already know about it. There's no need to really harp on it. But with that said, balancing notes. I didn't talk about this last time, but when we were looking at the balancing notes from the last season, they want defense to have a 55% win rate with a 5% tolerance and 13% presence on pick rate. So if we look at this, 13% pick rate's roughly where this cross is, right? This vertical line. And all of these operators are overpicked. I guess that's what this is saying. Sorry. If you can read the graph, you could read a graph. You're not like me, but so these operators are like way overpicked. They want it to be 13%. And high would be like 26%, right? So like here. So these are all okay, but these are way overpicked. Anything over like this 25% point is like way overpicked. So these 4 we're probably going to see balancing changes with Dokkaebi, Buck, Ace, and Ash going forward. So, but yeah, what they did with balancing, they made Sledge a shield counter person, which I think is weird because most shields are on attack anyway. So he would be countering like Blitz. He'd be countering Monty. He'd be countering, like, he can counter Clash, but that's the only operator really on defense. So I don't really know why they did this. I think a better counter to Clash is the Gone 6, because when you just wait for her to put her shield down and swing you. If you're far enough away, electricity is neutralized, right? So that's something that they changed, was electricity no longer does damage. So Clash no longer damages you if she's far away. So just stand there and wait for her. Like, if it's a 1v1, stand there and wait. Let her shock you. Like, she's not doing any damage. She's just wasting time. And then when she goes to kill you, she puts her shield down. Just use your Gone 6 and destroy the shield. So, I don't know. It's you have to play it well, but I don't think Sledge is the play because, yeah, he has EMPs. He can disable her shield. Yes, he has a hammer, but like she has a gun. You're gonna swing somebody with a gun with a hammer? It doesn't make any sense. So I don't. I think that was really excited during the Siege X presentation, but then in reality, when you go to play it, it's just kind of like I've never seen it happen in a game ever. The Jackal rework, they nerfed Jackal, so what he does is the instead of pinging people 5 times or 4 times, 3 times, excuse me, pinging, ping, ping. He will ping them 5 times, but it's only one. It doesn't track them like a lot. For everybody, I think it's, let's see. There's 5 of them, and the pings are reduced to only 1, no matter how long the footprint was left. So it pings them, and then that's it. So they've been pinged. You can't see them through walls or anything. You can just see the red ping. It's like as if someone scanned them with a drone, right? So he's got nerfed pretty hard. He got nerfed very, very hard, where he's a weak operator now. I don't see him hardly banned at all, whereas in past seasons he was banned all the time. Blackbeard, however, I see banned fairly regularly. He's still pretty oppressive for a lot of people because he can toss nades, and he's just a shield in general, and he's got a full automatic weapon. He's back. Like Blackbeard, he was nerfed into the ground, and he's back. He's in a good spot now. I think. I think he should always be kind of a scary operator. But yeah, those were the changes for balancing. They updated the badges to have dual front and siege cup, and then they added a stats tracker, and there's seasonal skins now. But they didn't have seasonal. They're only doing camo skins. They're not doing weapon skins, which is interesting. So they came out with the Rengoku skin, and they came out with which is like a dragon, and they came out with a Valkyrie skin, which is like a sword. It's a gun that turns into a sword. It's very, very interesting. But they didn't do any seasonal weapon skins, which is interesting. So a lot of bug patches. So that's pretty much it there. I will say, however, that the economy change was kind of controversial this season because it made the game more grindy. They went free to play, and then they were giving you less renown, less battle points, and they changed the XP system as well. I think they reverted it, and it's much better now. But when the game first came out, people were complaining that you weren't getting as much points as you used to. So then what happened, and I have a video on TikTok and on YouTube, but what happened was they raised the price of everything essentially. So when you go to buy an elite skin, it's like $5 more. like just glossing over everything. I have a video, you can go watch that. But it's like their most popular pack that they would sell, their R6 credit packs, was about $20. Now it's about 25. So not a big deal because it's free to play, but it is for existing players. So game's more grindy. Controversies are really just on that. Cheating, and I guess they had a controversy involving Twitch drops. They changed Twitch drops this season. So that's pretty much this season as a whole. So that's the past. That's the present. But let's talk about the future of Siege. So they announced the mid-season roadmap update. So for the roadmap, next season they're going to have a new operator. It has been leaked, I believe, that the season is going to be coming out September 2nd. So a couple of weeks before that, they'll probably have an event. I think September 17th, coming up soon. Next week on Sunday, they'll start to announce some stuff. And then they'll probably announce their new operator codenamed Heist, and the operator's name is Denari, supposedly. This is leaked on Twitter. Denari's going to have a trip connector. We don't know too much about what all that trip connector is going to do, but if you look at I don't know. Let me move for camera people. You will see my camera moved, but they've got lasers are going across their body. So, has something to do with lasers. We're not too sure about what that will look like, but there's leaks on Twitter that you can look at. Okay. So Denari's going to have a laser gadget called a trip connector. Um, Dual front story mode. They always do like this comic book change, like stories within the and they have like CGI. They have like CGI or an anime, and then they have an anime. Then they have like a comic book come out, and then they're going to start making dual front the spot in game where the story mode's kind of updated. So last season or this current season, it is Rescue Dokubi. So dual front's going to be updated probably to have the neutral sector be something new going on. So I'm excited about that. I think that's good. I'm good that they're introducing lore into the game, and it gives people incentive to play dual front because I think right now it's probably played less than traditional Siege. Um, let's see. They're reworking maps. So let me just reduce collapse all this. Here we go. So they're reworking maps. They're going to have Nighthaven reworked, Lair reworked, and Consulate reworked. And I think that's great because I think a lot of people ban Nighthaven and Lair. So those are going to get modernized to be Siege X maps, which will have improved graphics and repel systems and all that. Yeah, they usually tweak some things as well. So hopefully they'll change a couple rooms too. They're going to have Siege Cup every single week going forward for next season. They're going to have a couple limited time events. So they're doing 2 events a season now. It's going to be a Halloween season, so probably Doctor's Curse, I'd assume, which was something that I suggested a long time ago. But I think personally, as somebody who suggested that, who thinks that that's his baby, his Doctor's Curse and theme park, I have recommended to developers that we have a new event coming forward, and I've proposed that we have kind of like a Twisted Metal with drones. So you have like Twitch drones fighting each other, or like battle bots. Think of it like that with exploding drones like Flores drones, or Mario Kart with drones. So you have those loop de loops in the map. Make those actual loop de loops, and and then have people race the drones with the speed boost and all that. So hopefully we'll have a drone event eventually, but in the meantime, one of these events out of the 2 is probably going to be Doctor's Curse. The other one, I don't know actually. I think it's going to be probably Mute Protocol. Is what would be my guess. So yeah, Siege Cup every weekend. Balancing changes like normal. They're expanding the esports tab. They're introducing voice chat moderation, and I don't know if that's been pushed back. Let's see. Voice chat moderation. That has been confirmed. Privacy settings on console. That has been confirmed as well for next season. But then they pushed back abandon penalty improvements and additional reputation system action detection. So I actually like that they pushed those back because I don't even know what they are. They don't really explain it too much other than people who have bad internet, they get disconnected, they get banned. I feel like they probably should get banned because like if your internet's crap and you know it, why are you loading into a ranked game? Like take a little bit of responsibility into your setup. So, but yeah, that's it for Operation Daybreak. I look forward to and on August 17th talking about season 3. We don't know the name of it quite yet, but the new Operator Denari. So, with that said, thanks for tuning in to Siege365, where we talk about the past, the present, and the future of Rainbow Six Siege. This regular podcast aims to cover Siege all year long on a regular basis to create excitement, express gratitude, and share nostalgia. Siege365 documents the changes made in-game from a player perspective while reporting on development and events made by fans for fans. Join us next time when we talk about Siege X Year 10 Season 3 on August 17th and anticipate the rollout. Yeah. I don't have much else to say, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, have a good one.